Let's talk about the difference between judgment and discernment, because they get confused and there's so much judging going on today. So let's say you take a look at something and you say that is blue and that is green. That's discerning between two different colors. But when you start saying that green is good and blue is bad, then you're in judgment. For whatever reason that you decide green is bad and the other color is good. Okay. Looking at some of the superficial things that people do to each other, you know, I look at you and say, you have gray hair. Because you have gray hair, that's fact. If I say, oh my God, would you look at all that gray hair? That's judgment. The first one is discerning the difference between dark hair and gray hair. The second one is judgment. Okay. There's a wonderful game in improv theater called If It's Tuesday. And basically, there's two people on stage. It's very funny when you see it. Person A says a neutral statement, and person B makes an extreme reaction. So person A is, I think it's going to rain today. Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. You know how much rain will ruin my hair, and you know I'm getting ready for this job interview, and if my hair isn't good, you're horrible for saying that. I can't, she said that. And all it was a neutral statement or a point of view. And the other person made it into this huge thing. So one was a statement of fact, and the other one was a huge judgment turned into a big soap opera, and then the player tries to get other people in it. Okay. It's very, very funny when you see it on stage. It is not so funny when you see it on social media. And that's kind of what's going on. Is people try to express a point of view, and then people are jumping on that, making it a big deal, and then trying to get other people on it and other people on it and other people. And this is how you get mob control going on. Now, let's pull this back down to the individual for a second and talk about what happens in your body when you go into judgment mode. Okay. You are made of infinite unconditional love. This is the essence of who we are, whether we recognize it from a human point of view or not. This is the essence of who we are. And our beautiful state, when we fall in love, it's very expansive. When we're happy, it's very expansive. When we're angry, it gets contractive. When we're frustrated, it gets contractive. And the minute you're one of those two things, you know, you're in your headset, you're in that paradigm of limiting conditioning that you learned from your past. Okay. So if you really want to live well and be happy, what you want to do is look for what are those expansive states of being. Those are the happy, the tranquil, the calm, the loving, the hopeful, the excited. These are the states that make you relax into yourself and want to expand out into the world. The contractive states make you clench up and want to punch out. And that is not a happy place to be. Okay. So whenever you judge someone else, it somehow puts you into that contractive state. And when you get into a contractive state, you get into that power game state. So you either make somebody else the oppressor so that you be the victim, or you become the oppressor, make someone else the victim in that misbegotten idea that it lifts you up. But so then you get into that victim tyrant game. That's what judgment does. Because see, when you judge someone else or something harshly, that puts you in the tyrant mode. So clinch, punch. And this is what's going on in the world around us. And this is one of those stop, look, let love moments. Just stop for a moment. Take a look at what you're doing, and also take a moment to look at how you're feeling. Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel relaxed in your body that you're expanding? You know, and if you're not, let go of what you're doing and relax into yourself. Look within and just let the love flow, because that's your natural state of being. Your natural state of being. You look at children that are in natural state of play, you know, on the playground, and they're screaming for joy, and they're just, you know, the whole body's open and everything is expansive. That's the natural state. Okay, so that's what you want to look for as an adult. There's a couple of things that are happening right now on the internet, that how much this dynamic of judgment versus discernment is going on. Somebody can make a neutral statement. It's that the game, if it's Tuesday. Somebody makes a neutral statement, and one or two people might agree, but if more people jump on it, okay, then they are, by mob control, are saying that's their reality. Through that judgment, that's their reality. So that's a lot of contractive energy. And then the person who just made that neutral statement or even shared their point of view, it takes tremendous effort to just stay in their center while that's coming out. Because the human tendency, when you've got that much negativity or that much dense energy coming at you, is to close and punch back. Now, we could go into deeper levels to say how this is all like this one big game, or people talk about the Matrix and this is how they're playing in the Matrix. But that would also be talking about the motor of the car. And I just want to talk about just driving the car. How do you want to drive the car of your life? You don't even need to think about the motor and the gas and where do you get the gas from and how is the engine made, where the metals come from, all the people that are working. Those are all the behind the scenes things. So let's just talk about driving the car. And where do you want to drive it? Because that's a real salient question. With all this mob thing, and it's become so in fashion to throw judgments at other people and judgments at other people and judgments at other people. How can you be happy in all of this? You can't. Just stop. Take a look at how you're living your life. Really take a look at it and ask yourself, am I happy? Am I really happy? And if you say yes, but you don't feel a relaxing and an expansion of yourself, then you're lying to yourself. You're putting a whole lot of energy of trying to hold that reality. If you say yes and you feel an expansion, then ask yourself, what can I do to help others be happy? Or what can I do to be even more happy? If you ask yourself, am I happy? And you get a no, then you stop, take a look at it and say, what do I need to do? I'm willing to bet you that you've been involved in the judgment game and that you're feeling a little impotent about everything that's going on. It's like, what can I do? There's this tsunami of this going on, and I want to make a difference. I really want to make a difference. I want to be happy. I want my family to be happy. I want my friends to be happy. I want to be happy. And this fighting, it might give me a crusade. Am I happy? We do need the whole thing of polar opposites. If everybody agreed, then we would just be like little blah-de-da-de-da molecules. It's through the disagreements that we can discern what are they really saying, and discern what am I really feeling about that? What do I think about that? And to discern, is my mind open to really understand what the other person is saying? So if you feel like you've got this tsunami that's going on and you don't know what to do, first things first is stop the judgment about the tsunami of the mob control. Because that judgment about the mob control, all judgment has a little bit of fear based on it. And that's the fear of being out of control, or the fear of not being loved. So let go of your expectations, let go. of what your projection is. Let go of the feeling of impotence. Just let go of it for a moment and look within and relax into yourself. Just feel earth and the gravity of earth pulling you deeper into your body, because the deeper you can get into your body, and I'm not talking about controlling your body, I'm talking about relaxing into it, then you naturally can start to feel the expansion of the infinite unconditional love of you. So that's the first step. The second step is to ask yourself, what do I do? How can I make a difference? Find someone that doesn't think like you do and sit down and have a conversation with them. And really dig down and ask, why do they feel the way they do? And if you can get to what's the fear behind it, you'll start to recognize that actually your two fears are probably really similar. It's just the perception of how to alleviate those fears are two different roads. You can also find out what benefits are they looking to attain from that point of view. And really find out why do they see that important? Because if you really listen to them, it may or may not change your mind, but it will certainly open up arena about a different aspect of life that you weren't aware of. And the lens that you're looking through is based on your past conditioning and the evaluations that you've made upon it and what you've been taught and learned and convinced yourself is right and true. But a lot of those are judgments. They're not discernments. So discernments will open up your mind. Judgments will keep you closed in that tunnel vision or that selective perception that you've had. It takes courage. And it takes individual courage. We can't wait for the group to give us courage to find out about each other, to build bridges, to open our minds, to discover different things about different people. In discovering different things about different people, you discover different things about yourself. The more you discover about yourself, the more you let go of this idea that I am just this one two-dimensional thing and I need to hide all the warts and boogers of me from the world, you know, because in hiding the warts and boogers of you to the world, which is total judgment anyway, self-judgment, you're also hiding yourself from the love of you. Yeah. But we can't wait for the group to give us the courage. We need to find the courage to sit down and break bread, either actually or metaphorically through conversation with people who think differently than we do. That's how you can start to discern more pieces of the puzzle and let go of the judgments.